Oh, so I'm gonna try and drop the board's anger at me by doing a quest for the board. Let's see. Hopefully there's no guards in here because then I'm like, oh shit, you know. Yeah, I bet there is because it's in the state, so we'll see if she's got guards in her fucking family house. Huh.
Marilyn, is that you?
Laws, we certainly didn't expect to see you like this. And I didn't expect you to renew your marriage contract. But we're all full of surprises today, aren't we? Speaking of surprises, you should meet my new friend. We've been running around the system for a while now, stirring up all sorts of trouble. I don't know what to say. She's usually not like this. Come on, you're supposed to help me make an impression. Anyway, you're probably wondering where I've been all this time.
Not exactly.
The last few years have been a bloody haze. You wouldn't believe the messes we've gotten ourselves into. Right? Yep, we're a pair of disgraceful lowlifes.
Marilyn, this really isn't the best time. Perhaps you should go.
I mean, we had other business in Byzantium, so it's not like we went out of our way. But you can't just kick us out. We'll stay as long as we like. And while we're at it, we'll drink your expensive hooch, wear our outside shoes all over your nice floors. Just a second. You had the floors redone with real Terran marble? Since when can you afford that?
That's what we've been trying to tell you, dear, but you must understand, we hadn't heard from you in ages.
We thought you were dead. I'm not dead. I just never wanted to talk to you again.
I'm afraid the distinction was lost on us, darling.
What did you do?
Why, we did what any grieving parents would do. We collected on your life insurance policy.
And the payouts have been rather substantial.
You what?
Of course. And we shall always harbor that joyful secret deep within our hearts.
And you'll report it to the insurance company, right?
It's not that simple. For one thing, we'd have to cut back on so many necessities. The neighbors would be sure to notice.
That's the other problem.
We had to explain your disappearance somehow.
We couldn't very well tell people you'd run off to become a miscreant, could we? Shh! Someone could hear you.
We concocted a story about Celeste Jollycurl designing a pair of 12-inch heels for you.
One of a kind, naturally.
That led to your tragic death when you tripped and broke your neck.
It was quite the story. People were talking about it for weeks.
Couldn't you have at least made up a better story? Something with pirates or raptidons? And what are you gonna do now that we're here?
Yes, about that. We were just about to ask you to, leave.
Quietly, if you don't mind. She hasn't changed a bit, I see.
That's it? You just want us to disappear now?
Marilyn, please.
Don't cause a scene.
Let's just get out of here, Captain. Fine. I'm gone. Forever this time. Let's talk outside. Captain, gotta take your best shot, asshole! Security.
Bring him down!
Processing, leaving the area.
No prisoner! Now, just calm down! Here I come!
We're trying to lower their hostility by doing a quest or two on the easiest setting. That way they don't get me. But I'm very unhappy with the fact that you can't just let them calm down and cool off. Come on, bitch.
Can you believe those two? We'd hardly been there a minute and they turned us out like yesterday's garbage. I wanted them to get upset. I just thought it would play out differently. They'd both be sitting there watching one of their vapid aetherwave dramas, and then we'd walk in. Mother would drop her mock apple cider, and the glass would shatter all over their overpriced marble. Father would tear off his glasses and blink open-mouthed. I'd have a great one-liner in the tube. I was thinking either the leather's fake but the scars are real, or oops, did I just track awesome onto your rug? Yeah, I'm gonna use that one day. Now, getting back to my story. Father would throw his hands up, because this would be just like me, to come back and make a big scene. Then, Mother would do the old, "You had us worried sick." Her eyes would be red, and she'd have her fist in front of her mouth to stifle a sob. hurt. I'm outraged. Affronted, even. I just didn't want to get booted out of the house I grew up in like that. It's embarrassing, you know? And I've got a reputation to maintain.
This chick is funny, man. She's like fucking, she hilarious. She's like, those sons of bitches. Oh, man.
I'd love to know how you'd describe getting kneecapped. Uh-oh, it looks like we're in for a big talk.
Yep.
I always thought I knew that. Didn't realize it would take getting stabbed in the back to really get it. Weird things happen with a couple top rungers who can't stick worse than a butter knife in me. They've got no idea what a real double cross looks like. Much less a Hephaestian triple cross. Or an inverted Olympian blind cross. Wait a second. What if I could get that money? I could open a new account, designate that account holder as a sole beneficiary. All the payouts would go to me. I'll make money without doing a thing. And I'll get to cut them off. My policy is with the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group. They have an office in Byzantium. Maybe you could use some of your people skills to help me set up a dummy beneficiary account. If that doesn't work, I'm sure we can find one of their terminals and do it ourselves. Something on your mind?
She wants to like cheat. They want to play games. We can play games. But I doubt I'll be able to finish this quest thing out. The bank is most likely gonna have guards in there. Let's go. That shit was funny though. She's like, "You sons of bitches." They was about to mess me. That's about to mess me. And said they gonna cash in on my life insurance policy. Would you do that, babe? Make up a story how your daughter died and then take her cash and then cash in on her life insurance policy if she disappeared, ran off. Babe. And then when she sold back up, kick her out the house. And tell her to be quiet. She was like, what the fuck? Hey, enough of that yapping. Shh. Y'all motherfuckers be getting on my nerves. Hang on. Did we do it actually? Let's see. Nope, they still want me dead.
They got the drop on us.
I'll take care of this. Take him down!
It doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to finish this quest. And I'm not seeing it, how there's any other quests anywhere. Yep, I knew they'd be bankers.
Make him regret it. Take your best shot, asshole.
Ah, I fell back. That's gonna make things a lot easier.
They're on us.
Hopefully I can get some rep from her though.
We're now in orbit above Fallbrook, Captain. Remember that you are not in...
Said you docked 3 days ago?
place. Ready to get my money or what?
I see you're still in one piece. However, you never know when that could change. Consider our accidentally torn into tiny fragments coverage. Note that all of your fragments must be recovered and must be smaller than a standard bit cartridge for the payouts to kick in. I remember that one. That's the young socialite who broke her neck, right?
Of course, no one remembers me for the marauders I've killed or the bits I've stolen. Typical.
That claim was airtight. Our best investigators couldn't find an exclusion for that one. You can't, of course. Only Miss Fenhill can assign her beneficiaries. And she's dead. If we let every friend, relative, and acquaintance change a policy like that, people would do it all the time. Imagine the paperwork. Oh, you mean hypothetically? Well, hypothetically, you'd access the terminal in the back room that contains data on all our policies. And you'd, theoretically, add the beneficiary of your choice. But you wouldn't actually do that, of course. That would be fraud. Please, my policy only covers paper cuts and wrist strain. Very well, I'll do it. But then you've got to go. Confrontations like this will raise my premiums. I'll need the name of the new beneficiary.
Ellie Fenhill?
If you say so. The payouts will flow exclusively into the new account at the start of the month. I hope Ms. Fenhill enjoys her newfound prosperity.
Captain, got a minute? You really did it. Give these payouts a few years and I'll be rolling in it. Hey, you did the real work. All I had to do was not be dead. I'm just glad my folks aren't gonna live off that awful story they made up. Maybe now they'll have to go back to real jobs. Come on, I thought we were celebrating. You want me to think about the future? If only you could have been my chief surgeon back in the day. Anyway, enough of that. You did a job for me, so here's your fee. Don't make it weird. Even you've got to be in it for the money now and then. Why else would you go through all this trouble? You sure? Because my kind of friends will pick your pocket clean while they're getting hammered with you. Yeah. I'm not trying to get all mushy or anything. Still, maybe you've got a point. Maybe it's good to watch someone's back now and then so that one day, they watch yours. So, you just keep the money. One of us has to look out for your interests. Don't mention it. Really, this feels weird enough as it is.
Okay. Yeah. Nope, didn't do shit. Game's a good experience though.
Snowflake. Snowflake. Snowflake.
Damn, why you even mean to him? Don't you tell me to shut up.
Snowflake.
bully. I'ma go. I'ma go get me something to eat.
Fuck up my garbage.
Come here, good boy.
Don't praise him because he fucking was in the garbage.
You bad boy. Monster.
We are now in orbit above Shazam, Captain.
Her speed actually higher than Max's right now. Funny.
Incoming! Open fire! Please hurt me! I don't want to die! Please don't hurt me! I think I soiled myself.
I'm gonna see if there's a quest I can do that will lower my, bring up my height.
The Outer Worlds, Obsidian's newest project, puts the player the unknown variable in a place and setting called the Halcyon Colony. This colony gives the player many places to go and people to meet, so what if we said fuck all that and see what happens if we kill everyone as soon as we saw them? The rules for this are simple: kill everybody you see. Pretty easy. Out of all the options I could have picked for a video, it's not the best choice, but it's Spacer's choice. So for the build, I chose very high strength, below average dexterity, high intelligence, average perception, below average charm, and very high temperament. I wanted to basically be a tank and have loads of health regeneration, seeing as I'd be a one-man army throughout the whole run. I ended up putting 2 points into melee and tech, since I always found that melee to be very powerful mid to late game in Outer Worlds, so I was trying to prep for that. This would end up being a terrible and kind of excellent choice later in the game, as you will eventually see. The aptitude doesn't really matter, but I ended up choosing a sous chef, one because of the melee bonus, and I thought having a serial killer sous chef was kind of intriguing. And my attempts at making a character were very piss poor, so I settled on the randomizer and came across this beautiful thing. I couldn't really come up with a name, but I had to come up with something that was the deadliest thing of all. The thing that had consumed the lives of many people on Earth so unstoppable that scientists to this day still couldn't find a cure: Joe Mama. Now that Joe has landed, he had claimed his first victim, Alexander Hawthorne. The poor sap got crushed by the ship's pod, but continuing along, we began to meet our first NPC, Guard Pelham. He was a nice lad, giving me the first weapon of the game, the Spacer's Choice pistol, but his attitude bothered me, so I shot him. A few marauders later, and we arrived to two more Spacer soldiers, Lieutenant Mercer and Private Kimball, who were promptly shot on sight. Apparently, according to the game, Lieutenant Mercer was experiencing searing gas pain. I'm glad we got rid of that problem. Finally, after leveling up, I picked up my first perk and opted for more help. Thinking I could do real well and this would be a breeze, I didn't put thought into the skills. This would once again bite me in the ass later. One of the many switch-ups of the game is now when exiting the ship after going in and talking to Ada, instead of Lieutenant Mercer questioning you, it is now some dude from HR called Ernest. He was also, of course, shot on sight. A few more dead marauders and the searing thirst for blood later, and we arrived at Edgewater, one of the many towns we will slaughter for personal gain. Silas does grave work duty, so he should feel right at home now, and a couple guards were around him, so we took care of them no problem. And entering Edgewater, our kill count is currently at 21. The first task of Edgewater was to gun down everyone in the town, so I started at the sick facility and put them out of their misery. After that, I went to anybody that was nearby. This became the first issue I had realized. I might miss a bunch of quests thanks to some characters being dead. For example, Captain Reyes gives 3 bounties as quests, and without the quest, the bounties do not spawn, thus meaning I didn't kill them. Technically, they don't exist, so they do count as dead, but I'm also missing them and not getting the XP for the quest or the killing. One particular man was sent to the sky after a shot to the body. This terrified me. What type of interstellar being had I just stumbled upon? What answers could he have formed about my future? Whatever it was, he's dead now, so it doesn't matter. After the town was slaughtered, it came to my least favorite part. The rule was everyone, and that meant everyone, and that also included Parvati, arguably probably the best companion throughout the entire game. Yes, Vic R. Max was here too, and he suffered the same fate, but I liked Parvati more. So much so that I wasn't even sure if I could continue. Knowing my mission wouldn't be complete without her death, I did the only thing I could. I took a brief pause and gave her a 3-volley salute so I could resume the killing in her honor. To keep you up to date as well, we are sitting at currently 64 confirmed kills, which, if you don't know, is one more than 63. The second realization had came to me, and thanks to me doing these other objectives differently and not talking to people, I won't be getting as much XP, which means less skills, perks, and level ups. This is where I realized this was going to be a lot harder than I had originally thought. I was going to continue to the power plant, but then I stopped by Adelaide to see how this part of the game played out. I made it to the botanical garden and found Grace, who once again was shot on sight, and I picked up her unique sniper. This was definitely my go-to weapon throughout most of the game. I also found a man so stunned that he was in the floor with only the upper body out. I ended his life hoping he had found peace, knowing he would not be stuck to the confines of his bed any longer. Eventually, Thomas had found me, and same with Adelaide. They of course met the same fate, a well-placed round into the forehead. Finally going to the lab, robots interrupted me, who met their mechanical deaths. But I heard a distant voice calling out to me. His name was Higgins. He was definitely on some psychedelics, so since I was his trip sitter now, I told him everything was going to be alright and put 2 shells into his back. I hope he had a good trip. And since everybody was dead, I could direct the power anywhere and nobody would be mad at me, and since I hate confrontation, this actual option was pretty relieving. Now that the main areas were completed, it was time to go grab the power regulator and go to the lesser used areas within the map to up my KD. So I made my way to the community center to welcome the people of my presence. I intended to snipe the first enemy, but I fat-fingered the mouse click and completely missed. And since I wanted to be feared by the masses, knowing that I could kill them at any split second, and missing that shot would make me look weak, I whipped out my hammer and bludgeoned them all to death to show them that I was the alpha in this world. On my way to the very last area, I found Zoe, who is also part of a side quest. She wouldn't stop talking, so I put a shotgun shell in her head, hoping it would stop. It worked. Miller was our last survivor, and he met the same fate as his colleagues. Coming back on board with the regulator in hand, we installed it to leave for Groundbreaker with 129 kills. With 5 levels in and 200 bits to our name, we fly to Groundbreaker to continue our spree. The Groundbreaker's area overall wasn't too difficult. Most of the people here were civilians who wouldn't fight back, so we were good for most of the place. I couldn't get into the door, so I had to smack the wall to get his attention, to where I promptly met the nice barrel of a shotgun to my cranium. Some might call this karma, I call it bullshit. Knowing a bit more now later, I took out Felix first, since he had a giant gun, and I also failed the mission to speak to Gladdy, so the only option was to speak to Odom, until he got roasted as well. So the only alternative was to return to Ada, where she would fly me to the unrestricted area of Monarch that was infested with creatures upon landing, but not before we cleared out the rest of the area. Ellie wanted to fight, and she also wanted to get her friend back, so I...
Outer Worlds Bernathium quests. Yeah, actually.
Hey Google, turn on the flashlight.
Turning flashlight on.
There's a lot of dark secrets to uncover in the Outer Worlds, most often a plot or scheme conducted by those affiliated with the board. But of all the secrets you can read on terminals, uncover through dialogue options, or simply
Most foul liquid mankind has ever had the misfortune to invent. You love it.
Oh, there. That's one right there. How splendid. Another rung leech wandering through the streets of Byzantium. How fortunate for you. These codes will get you past the lockdown. Oh, and don't worry about subtlety. I don't care how you deal with security, just correct this injustice at all costs.
Alright, so I'll try and find my own, because, to try and,
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
try and get these guys.
Have been selected to spend the rest of your days living the high life.
And not get, shot up anymore. Try and get some quests done. And hopefully be able to turn in our dear friend Felix to the bad guys. He was a good guy, one of the best guys. But Felix, get him, Bambi. He scratched your face. Let him know that you a pretty dog too. You a pretty dog. You don't get him. Hang on, before. Gotta make sure everybody's passive. Passive. Okay, let's go. Just walking through, guys. Hey, nah. I get it on story right now, so I don't have to kill these guys or try to run away from them too hard. Hey, relax, it's gonna be all right. Everything's good, guys. We don't need to go around getting violent. I mean, I just showed up for a picnic. Babe, I have a question for you. Okay, fine. I'm gonna go get me something to eat. You supposed to say, what's the question?
What is the question? I'm trying to do this test.
Alright, you know what? You do your test.
What's the question?
Nope.
Well, then get us something to eat.
Nope.
What's the question? I already failed the test once, so it doesn't matter. What's the question? Nathaniel.
Ladies and gentlemen, my mean wife, she's a bully. She let scratch my other dog's face. His pretty little face is all messed up now. What? What do you collect on your life insurance policy for your kid if you ran away? Nah. You hear that, Bambi? You hear that, Snowflake? Hey, I see you. You a cutie pie. Hey, guys. What's up? But anyways. Hey. Let's see if we can get a quest going here. And hopefully
You said you're not gonna.
I will relax.
For all auditions, please use the elevator on the left.
You hear
All natural, all good.
You could just whisk me back to the ship. I'm sure there's something ought to be fixing now.
Hey, we're on break. Quit playing with the intercom. I don't have to take this. I'm a junior associate director's assistant. I don't have to take this. I'm a junior associate director's assistant. I'm a junior associate director's assistant.
Are we gonna get in trouble today? Not that I want to, just seems to happen around you, that's all.
Oh. I keep failing this test.
Kid, you got presence. Natural magnetism. Know what I mean? Tell you what, you're gonna like it a whole lot more once we start talking bits. Listen, you got an agent? Some kind of representation? Fresh, natural talent. I know it when I see it. Listen, you got a real special quality, raw energy. I see you in pictures, kid. I'm making a feature, Space Pirates of Moros Prime. It's gonna be a hit. But we still need a star. And I think you got the chops.
No job is too great, too grueling, or too gruesome for a Sam.
That's a unique model there. Might want to lease him for a Macbeth production, if it ever gets greenlit. So what do you say? You ready for the chance of a lifetime?
Yes! Trying to get...
Terrific!
Trying to get
auditions today. Take the elevator. You're going all the way to the top, baby.
All the way to the top, baby! Hopefully, this lowers their hatred towards me. You gonna pass it this time, baby. I believe in you. I'm gonna get you some ice cream if you pass. I don't eat ice cream. Get you some yogurt if you pass. Frozen yogurt. Just for my bag. Go to Costco right now. Alright. By the way, that guy tried to kill me earlier. What's that blue stuff, Sam? I had $30,000 once. 30,000 bets. Now I'm down to 10. But my armor's pretty decent. Let me see what my armor is again. The fuck?
I know you're expecting a script, but you're the real deal. Just go in there and do what feels natural. We gave the other actors real weapons to keep things authentic. And because Josh is paying to see their logo on the big screen. See, I knew you'd get it. Now go in there, find your mark, and show us what you got.
Well, well. Here to stop us at last, Captain Steele? You're too late. All of this Settlement CNP Hungry Time food pills, same nutritional value, but now with added filler, are ours. With their patented stomach stuffing effects and baseline vitamin content, we will be nigh unstoppable. They are? What an unexpected twist. You may have fooled me for now, but not for long.
Are we on camera now? Because I really don't care to be.
Do you remember the last time we faced each other? Oxyjack, staring one another down across the void of space while flaming debris fell like rain around us. What indeed? I had you surrounded and outgunned, but you overcame my superior numbers with tactical thinking and a Hammersmith limited edition grenade launcher. I've been waiting for 5 years now, and at last my day for vengeance has come. I just got chills. But still, you'll not stop me now. I have this whole port wired with sub-micro energon transistors. Once we're away, I'll activate the gamma particulate field, and the quantaponic chain reaction will turn this whole place into vaporized plasma. Oh, but there's nothing you can do. I hope you've paid your burial fees and signed your personal death and dismemberment waivers, because this is the end for you. Line. Never mind, I think that's scene. To the break room, everyone. I need my Moab fizzy tea.
Cut! That was fantastic. With actors like you, who needs writers? Let's take 5.
There's my star. Walk and talk with me.
Well, this is the movie guy they were talking about. So it should knock it down to 7%. And that hopefully will take them off of taking me out to shoot him up. You know what I'm saying? Shoot the guy up. But
that was brilliant stuff. Do you write your own material? Hey, time is bits, right? I'm gonna have to fire the writing staff. What do those anemic fuckwits know about dialogue anyway? I'm thinking a whole new script. More pirates, bigger explosions, you flicking a Stogie Slim into a barrel of gasoline. Marketing says that kind of action sells tickets. Here, this is for your work today. I'll be in touch once we get that script.
all right. So now let's see. Ha! They're not out to kill me now. Ha ha, baby. Yeah, good times. We did it. I was super upset too. He's like, I figured it out. I was like, He said, cool off for a couple of days. Now let they're not out to kill me right away on site. I should be able to go to the ship and take some naps, and they should be all right. They should leave me alone. I love you too, man. But I was pretty upset when they were like, oh, let's kill him on sight. Kill him, kill him, kill him. I was like, son of a bitch. I was like, there's some quests on this fucking map I want to do. What? It even says better. Okay. Well, we're gonna need you to go to passive then. And then we're gonna need you to go to passive.
System performing. So I'll probably take a nap. Since you're on bitter and not angry, right? Right, guys? Bitter and not angry. Thank you, movie guy. And he gave me 10.
Incoming.
Here they come!
So Neutral.
Some.
Hang on.
You're adjusting before you call. You're anticipating.
I'm anticipating it. What if I shoot a friend on accident?
That's on account of your stance. You want to lean into it. Embrace it. Work with it. You're in control. You're Parvati, not the gun. Don't let a hunk of metal jerk you around. You've been around powerful machinery all your life. You're always in control, right?
I guess that's kind of like when the filler's shooting. Near molten cell tuna down the conveyor while I'm trying to tune a belt.
Here, stand like me. Just so. Hip square. Lean forward a little.
Stop it, you two!
Okay. We'll try again. Later. You'll get it. I promise.
Look, this baby. Oh! That's how you do it. Oh, like this. What? Headshot, 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 headshot. See that? That's how you do that shit. Let's see if I can kill my crew. No?
I could probably spend years fixing this boat, stem to stern. Oh, you mean Sam? He's just the sweetest, ain't he? A real charmer, my dad'd say. Nah, but I've been thinking on one. Gotta get to know him better, I think. Maybe ask him what he prefers. It ain't nice to give folks a nickname without him giving you the okay first, you know? Of course, that don't stop Felix.
Alright, let's sleep one more time. And see what happens. Okay. 50-50, that ain't bad. That ain't bad. Alright. Alright, let's do it. Let's go out that door. Let's see what happens. If this game had a plus new game, I wouldn't care. But the fact that it doesn't bothers me. Seeing how they did all these different types of endings and whatnot. That's why I did checkpoints while I'm level 20, but It's not gonna be nice. It's gonna suck. Well, looks like it worked. They're not trying to kill me. There you have it, folks. If they want to kill you, put it on the easiest setting you can. Run around.
Fucking 3.
Run around until you can find the quest in town. To kind of even it out, go back to the ship. And,
I understand you're Maverick Johnston's new star. Well done. Personal assistant to Adjutant Akande and Chairman Rockwell. I'm also responsible for organizing the Adjutant's stationery, which is more of a hobby. Ah. Oh, you were being serious. I'm obliged to inform you that Chairman Rockwell is unavailable for an indeterminate duration. Will there be anything else?
Welcome to the official headquarters of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Board. Today's greeting is brought to you by Auntie Cleo. Adjutant Akande has instructed me to expect someone of your description. You'll want to check in with Mr. Percival Platt, her assistant. Please don't miss your appointment. Tardiness reflects poorly on all of us.
Apologies for the wait. How may I be of assistance? Oh, will there... The art... Will there be anything else?
I guess I can't be the bad guy, which kind of sucks. Seeing that's how I wanted to do that, but whatever. I'll be the good guy, I guess.
Every SAM unit. Thank you, customer. All cleaning. All SAM units travel fully assembled in a 12x12 corrugated steel box. SAM units live to clean and clean to live.
Hey, Bambi. Well, I've done some good, I've done some bad, oh well. Yeah, now what, bitches? I'm all the way past y'all. Good times.
You must... Oh, there. That's one right there. Can't you just see the stench of impropriety radiating off of her? How splendid. Another rung leech wandering through the streets of Byzantium. Why, just this morning I thought to myself, as lovely as the gardens are, what they really need is more greasy vagrants frolicking through them. And here you are, frolicking. Well, you should bottle it and sell it to Auntie Cleo's. I'm sure it would make an excellent repellent. Honestly, what is the board thinking letting so many of your ilk into the city proper? It's madness. What's wrong? It erodes the very pillars of our society. Merit, decorum, personal hygiene. This city is meant for us, the system's finest. We earned its luxuries. But now we are overrun with the unworthy and the ungrateful, and this early retirement nonsense is making it even worse. The worst thing to happen to Halcyon, a contest that gives even the lowliest and most inefficient workers a chance to live in Byzantium. By simply winning a lottery, those early retirees get an exclusive district of Byzantium to themselves. No one else is even allowed to go there. Tell me, how is that fair? Oh, by the law. I mean the principle of it, not the mechanics. It's not right. I deserve to see any district I please. Why, if it weren't guarded, I'd... You know, you look like you've been shot at before. What say I hire you to investigate this travesty, and you get paid to do so?
How come we never find jobs where we don't get shot at? Like, delivering woolly calves, maybe?
Because woolly calf delivery is the exclusive purview of Happydale Farms, a division of the Post Agri Corporation. How could you possibly be so ignorant? Well, it doesn't matter. What's important is that you think this is a fabulous arrangement, and you'd be thrilled to lend me your services. Aren't you? Fantastic. Consider yourself employed, vagrant. I hear the chosen retirees all enter the retirement district via the port landing pad, but it's completely locked down. You'd never get in that way. Unless, of course, you had a wealthy, beautiful benefactor of impeccable social pedigree, which you do. How fortunate for you. These codes will get you past the lockdown. Oh, and don't worry about subtlety. I don't care how you deal with security, just correct this injustice at all costs. The same way anyone gets anything here, of course. I made friends with the right people. Bits might earn you a place in Byzantium, but that means everyone here has little need for more of them. For favors like this, you need to spend... let's call it social capital. Now, do we have any further business, or are you just here for the repartee? I earned my place here, just like everyone else. My grandfather was the CIO at Tile, you see. Chief Idea Officer. He came up with all the best ideas for their products. You know the font they use for Stogie Slims? That was him. Well, he described the idea of it to their font development team, then picked it from a list of choices, but that's basically the same thing. It was a very long list. I just told you. My grandfather made millions of bits as CIO, and I earned them from him. You're welcome.
Captain, look out! Everyone all right?
That's hands, Cap.
Funny. No, look at that. Not trying to kill me, but they were trying to kill me before. Man, sometimes. No, look at that. Not trying to kill me, but they were trying to kill me before. Anyways.
Reminder, unit modifications performed by unauthorized technicians are not authorized by the parent company.
Oh, don't be such a stick in the mud. Doesn't it feel better to locomote without grit in your gears?
To gain authorization credentials, an engineer must be registered as the unit's designated caretaker. Do you wish to assign yourself this designation, engineer?
Asking me to be your minder? I suppose you can't be any more complicated than an autoloader. All right, I'll do it.
Updating registration. Updating.
It's an order.
Updating. Ding. Holcomb Parvati is now responsible for this SAM unit's maintenance. Designated caretaker. There is a rock in this unit's tread. Removal of foreign debris requested.
Where else are you going to find art?
Go heat up the car then.
Oh, look at all the pretties.
You, with the hips. Over here.
Don't speak. Hold that posture for a moment while I admire you. You have a natural contrapposto, my dear. The way you rest your weight against your hips suggests a certain rugged charisma possessed only by the mighty primal and the well-traveled spacer. Splendid. I love it. Your walk, your posture, the cut of your clothes. You carry yourself
Yo, heat
with
up the car.
bearing of a noble, but you dress like a barbarian. How
Oh snap!
deliciously
No, you
fitted.
didn't, bitch. No, you
I'm
didn't.
Celeste Jolicoeur, and you, my dear, are exactly what Byzantium needs. Yes, perfect. That rakish audacity is exactly what I'm after. I'm working on a new line of clothing that will shock this city to its core, and I'd like your help. What do you say, my dear? Care to make history with me? Marvelous! You and I are gonna wake this city up like a cold splash of wine to the face. What I need is a survey of the outside world. What does the common laborer wear? How do the wild-eyed madmen of Monarch dress themselves? I've heard rumors, but I require samples. Also, I expect you to model for me. My dear, fashion is a performance art. An outfit without a body is like an instrument without a player. I'll need you to model for me the following: the apparel of an iconoclast, the armor of a marauder, and a full ensemble of spacer gear, helmet included. And when I say spacer gear, I mean an outfit worn by real spacers. None of that garbage spacer's choice pedals. You have the bearing and demeanor of a born model. You're going to absolutely murder this job. Fabulous! I can't wait to see what you dredge up.
You don't gotta be so forward about my reasons, Captain.
Let me get a good look at you. Turn around, please, darling. My word. Such muscular shoulders. You're a vision, dear.
I am no such thing, ma'am.
Nonsense. You're absolutely lovely. Chin up now. I have just the thing for you. Let me do a back-of-the-envelope calculation. Materials, labor, licensing and copyright. There. Love. That's the ultimate luxury, darling. Love. Oh, gracious me.
I don't get why that's funny, ma'am.
Oh, my cherub. Who woos for love anymore? That's so... precious. All right, Captain. Here is the absolute best I can do for you. Darling, do I look like an amateur? I read her measurements by eye. And don't you ask, because they're no one's business but her own. There are some things I simply cannot skimp on, darling. Such a lovely young lady deserves the best. Now stand back. Back! I'll enter the settings and get these machines spinning. You'll be broke to bespoke in merely an hour.
To get this
and there
bitch.
we are, my darling girl. I wish you a splendiferous evening. And if you don't mind my asking, have you any interest in modeling?
What? Oh, no, ma'am. All them eyes staring at me? I couldn't. No way, no how. I get scared just thinking on it.
I wish you weren't so shy, my Violet. You truly are beautiful. I hope your date sees that as clearly as I.
Stop it, you two!
If I were an enterprising spacer in need of a wardrobe, I'd probably head to the Groundbreaker.
Bitch, you be costing me money.
Oh, can you believe this outfit? It's so handsome, I'm almost afraid to touch it. Well, I guess that's everything then. After all this time, I just have to actually do it now. You know, there's a part Junlei's been looking for to fix up the air cyclers. They only carried them on big colony ships, like the Hope. I know. For a while, it felt like everything I did was a little bit of help. And it meant I didn't have to ask her to be mine. Not yet. Not for real. Next time we dock with Groundbreaker, I'm doing it. I'll send June a message and ask her over. Oh, this is real scary, Captain. I'm grateful for all you've done. Oh, Captain.
Remember that stranger I saw in the square? You know, the one traveling with the rather filthy plumber. I thought we had automechs for that sort of thing.
Enough! You're standing right here.
Got my sights on you.
Move along.
What's gotten into Bachmeier?
Out with it, you wretched contraption!
Grease stains detected traveling on an organic substance in the immediate vicinity.
I just washed these coveralls last week. They're still thick and bad.
Preparing degreaser nozzle for deployment.
Sam, don't you dare. Sam, I see you pointing that thing my way. What did I just say?
Cancel cleaning schedule?
Nothing wrong with a little mess.
Oh well. Apparently I ditched this quest because they were trying to kill me. That's fucking ridiculous. But whatever.
Battery levels are fully charged. Thank you, customer. Sam, merciless on germs. All Sam units.
good or
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix, they're sharing a drink upstairs. Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
All right. She's on her way. How do I look? Oh, my hands have finally stopped shaking. All right. Deep breath. Here I go.
I think he like that Uno flip. That or life. Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay, then if I get life, I ain't gonna get the Uno flip.
Okay. What's Uno like? Is it like?
Yeah, it's like regular Uno, but it's like flip it there. So you flip card and all the cards change.
Anyhow, so I told him, Dad, I'm a big girl now. I ain't need your help. I can do it on my lonesome.
What did he say to that?
Have at it then. And he handed me his favorite wrench, the one he used for the camera. He's probably half as tall as I was.
He didn't scold you for talking back to him?
No, he was never like that. I always thought it was funny when I get indignant about something. Then he'd watch me do whatever it was, make sure I didn't get hurt, but he'd never interfere. I learned a lot that way.
I wish I could have met him. Anyone who helped shape you must have been especially risky.
Skip becoming a journey leader and went straight to shift manager.
We'll get the kitchen back to you soonish, promise.
Take the journey leader test and I failed it 3 times.
My father and I were often at
No, I could still
loggerheads.
be a shift manager.
He had notions of how
this
this station
manager. Hopefully, she resets the test so I can retake it. I wrote down all the answers. Huh?
They don't give them the study?
No, it's like on a computer. So it's like all the stuff like I've already learned. And I gotta remember it. But well, my last score I would have passed, but I was 4 questions. I missed 4 questions, so the first time I failed it was a 51. The second time it was a 61. The third time it was an 86.
86 is a failure?
Yeah, it has to be 90 or more.
Okay, I'm gonna get out of here.
Where are you at?
Walmart, taking care of shopping.
Oh.
It's my only thing I know how to work. Taking care of shopping. Oh, you know what? I should make some too. Yeah, there's a shopper, so you got rather have
Oh, I told you I would get a little city for Christmas, right?
What?
I'm getting him a gift card.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what to get him. He's a teenager.
Yeah,
now. I don't know what to get him. So I'm just gonna get him a gift card to be back. I don't care. He could be mad at me. Then what?
Okay, go on over there.
Hey, Bambi. You in a fight? You a tough dog now? You got that scar on your face now. You think you're a badass.
Yeah, I already got you. What? That I didn't get him nothing? Oh wow.
What?
You would have told him that I would have got Jalen something before him.
Come here.
It's easy. It's not.
Dalen is my favorite.
See, the lady that said Jalen is his favorite. you don't even remember who Jalen is, and he's talking crap. Can you get off your game so we can go? The cart is warmed up, man.
Is it?
Yes, I'm
Are you
hungry.
sure? Bambi, is she hungry? When I was sick, what did you do?
I was at dialysis.
No, yesterday when I was sick, what did you do?
Why? Oh God, why didn't you just call me? Like, he could have just called me so I could start saving the money.
I was like, man, I said, for one thing, so she didn't even ask.
It really didn't.
I said, so I don't want it. I know she didn't ask. And I said, you the one, so I don't want it. I just want it.
Cost me $5,000 just so she can get some dick. Get a pussy licked, I mean. Right, Bambi? Bambi's like, when you gonna spend $5,000 so I get my penis set? I want that booty. I want that booty.
Please.
Babe, get in the car and wait for me.
No, I'm not gonna sit out in the fucking cold. What's wrong with you?
Now, hold on. What happens if we hit the wall?
Most likely, the bullet will ricochet, which could be bad or hilarious. There's a tiny chance of a hull puncture, which would suck us into space one chunk at a time. Bad and hilarious.
Ugh. Just imagine that.
Babe.
That.
Okay, Captain, she's gone.
I will go to the car.
Oh, it's cold. Let's go.
And the first
It's warm in that car.
Oh, you smell nice.
It's cold
like
outside.
Apples. And I was like, yeah, new soap. And then she just sort of touched my arm real gentle-like and called the cut of my outfit elegant. I couldn't hear the rest on account of my heart was beating so hard. Then I led her into the kitchen.
And we banged.
Cried when she saw the spread. She stood stock still and just said, "Oh, real soft." Oh, and let me tell you, I was sweating. And then she blinked and said, "Is that dustback casserole?" I told her how we got Mr. Raymond to bake it for us, so it was double authentic. Made by a real live monarch person. Well, we talked a bunch over dinner about the things we learned just through messages, stuff we repaired, how I taught her to salvage and she taught me to build. When I brung out the sweetheart cakes, June, she got a little teary, said she had a thing she needed to say. But I stopped her because I wanted to say it first. I never felt so bold, Captain. I told her about how she made me feel. Bold like I acted. Strong.
Strong!
And kinder than
Come on!
Come on! I will! Shut up!
Then she pulled out a paper and read a speech.
Pause this.
She talked about the things she admired about me, like my cleverness and my humor, and how it made her want to be more open.
Did he smash?
Anyhow, when she wrapped up, I asked her to be my girlfriend. And Captain, she said yes! It's all on your account, you know.
Yeah, it cost me $5,000.
I'd have never met Junlei at all. I don't know nothing about the Vickers capital P plan, but you've sure changed my life. So, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna head to my cabin and happy scream into my pillow for like an hour.
Oh, wow. Alright, like and subscribe if you like watching my videos. And I will go take my wife who keeps whining and yipping and whining and yipping about how hungry she is, cause crackers and summer sausages isn't good enough for her. I worked hard for those crackers and summer sausages, and she ain't trying to have a bite of that summer sausage, not a sliver of it, cause she's so fancy now. Yeah, let me get one perk in. She's too kosher. No, I'm just playing. Alright. Alright. I don't know why I can't go to those other planets, but whatever. Peace out. Like and subscribe, like watch my videos, and we're gonna get Fatty McGee here a cheeseburger. One cheeseburger. Alright, peace out.